I made enough goulash that Chris and I will definitely have leftovers, but I may put a little bit in a dish so the kids can take it home tomorrow and maybe have it for lunch. Anyway, I'm getting ready for my grandkids to come over, and I'm really hoping that they like the goulash dish. It's similar to spaghetti. It's got pasta in it. I mean, how fun can that be? Hi everyone, I'm Amy Roloff, so welcome to my little kitchen. I'm excited for today because it's the weekend, and guess what? I am having my grandkids over, Bodie, Ember, and Jackson, so that'll be kind of fun and interesting. And another, guess what? Chris decided to plan a lot of stuff, so he won't be here, but he'll have a chance to see all the grandkids when he comes back. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, I'm excited to hang out with them and do a little bit of crafts, play, read. They're gonna help me do breakfast. So we're gonna do a French toast casserole. But for them, I was thinking about spaghetti. So if you looked at my Instagram story, I was thinking about spaghetti because what kid doesn't like spaghetti? But then I thought, you know what? There's a childhood dish. I would call it American style, really. A childhood dish, that goulash, American style, that I decided to make for them. It still involves pasta. It still involves, you know, like a meat sauce or ground beef and some of the elements that go into spaghetti, but just a little bit different. So I think of the American style goulash as a modification of probably most likely true Hungarian goulash, which is more or less kind of like our beef stew, but they just do it in their way. So anyway, I grew up with this dish. I'm excited to make it for my grandkids, so hopefully they will like it. So let's get going. So like I said, it involves some of the same elements of spaghetti, but just a little different. I have about one medium or one small, depending on how much onion you want in your dish. I have about a medium, you know, small, large, whatever, onion chopped up here. I think a little skin got in there. I am going to chop up one green pepper and I chopped this up kind of fine. I did not want big chunks of onion or, you know, in this dish. I am going to go ahead and just chop up one carrot, and I'm gonna finely chop that up. I don't know, I just thought this is the basis of the sauce, and so I just felt like it needed a carrot. So we're gonna put a carrot in it. So I'm gonna get going here. We're going to, I've got about 4 cloves of garlic here. I'm gonna mince those up. We've got a little bit of tomato paste, fire roasted tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. If you don't want to use crushed tomatoes, you can go ahead and use tomato sauce. That's perfectly fine. This is about, what, a 14.5 ounce, you know, regular can. And this is what, about 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'm going to use the whole thing because I really want that rich flavor. And then crushed tomatoes. And this is about, what, a 28 ounce. We're gonna add in a little bit of paprika. I shouldn't say a little bit. We're probably gonna add like 2 tablespoons or more of paprika. I'm gonna use a little bit of thyme here. This is more paprika in case I run out. I'm also gonna add a little bit of caraway seeds. You can add, I don't know, something that may substitute for caraway seeds would be fennel and thyme. I'm still gonna go ahead and add a little bit of thyme because I was looking at other recipes for that more traditional Hungarian goulash, which is more what I think is kind of like a beef stew, our type of beef stew. And they had caraway seeds in there. So I thought that would be kind of taking a little bit of that and adding it into this type of goulash. The noodle that I'm going to use, usually we use elbow noodles. But I made these noodles for my cheesy chicken recipe, which I'm sure you can find over there at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. But, you know, these are just like little curly-Q. I'm calling them curly-Q noodles. So I decided not to use elbow noodles. These are called salatani? I don't know. I'm never good at pronouncing these words, so forgive me, Italian, forgive me on that one. But they're just like little curly-Q noodles. They're hearty. They're just as hearty as like an elbow noodle, but I just thought with the kids and everything, this would be kind of fun. So we're gonna add about 2 to 3 cups of those into this dish. And I also have about 2 pounds of hamburger over there. You probably only need about 1.5 pounds, but I really gotta use up this ground beef. So I'm probably gonna add just a little bit more. Oh yeah, we're also gonna add about 2 cups of beef broth. Now you're probably wondering, that's a lot of liquid. Well, partly I'm gonna give this a try, but we're gonna put dry pasta in this dish, and the pasta will absorb a lot of that liquid and all of those flavors. So I'm gonna give that a try, because usually I parboil the pasta and then add it, but we're gonna try it dry because I think my grandkids may be over here in about an hour or 2, and so I really wanna get this dish done before they show up. So let's get going. We're making goulash. Okay, I'm gonna finish up kind of really dicing up these carrots, chopping I should say, and I want them not big chunks, but pretty fine. Oh. And then we'll get going on the garlic and the green pepper. I already got the onions, because you know me and onions, my eyes were watering. I'm not sure why I put makeup on. Well, not that you can tell I have makeup on, but I try. I'd like to know what some of your guys' routine when you get up in the morning. Probably taking a shower, maybe a workout. You know what? You know the routine I got to start getting in is getting up earlier, working out, and then taking a shower. Well, I haven't gotten too far on that one, but you know what? You can never lose hope. So I'm going to keep working at it. But one of my everyday routines that I think I've told you all before is that I always put on perfume. Every day I put on perfume. It is just my routine. It's the thing I love. I just feel complete and good. I don't even have to put on makeup, but I need perfume every day. Well, maybe lipstick too, but anyway. I'm not sure what made me think of that, but I guess as I'm chopping, I wanted to keep talking, I suppose. So we've pretty much diced up these carrots pretty good here. I'm just gonna add that in the onion because we're gonna cook this all together. I'm gonna slice up this green pepper. And again, we don't want big chunks, so I'm gonna do this pretty fine. I might add the carrots and the onions in first when I saute them, because the green pepper will really go quick. And I don't want the green pepper to be like too soggy, too wimpy. Okay. And paprika is really a pepper. So adding the green pepper and the paprika, that kind of makes sense. And besides, it adds just an element of flavor. Just chop these up real quick. And if you think you got them too big, just chop them like this. Oh, I love hearing that crunch. I'm not sure if you can hear it. So yeah, as I was mentioning, this is a dish that I kind of grew up with because it's a good family dish. It's a good kids dish mainly because if you have leftovers, all those flavors, you know, melding together overnight in the fridge, I mean, that's even better. It's just like soup or casseroles. Sometimes the next day tastes a little bit better or different than the day you cooked it. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying it, and I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to it. And oh, don't forget to click that little bell up there and you'll be notified of future videos that are new and coming on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that. And I would really appreciate it if you shared the video and let other people know and encourage them to subscribe and like the videos as well. So anyway, thank you, and back to the video. I'm gonna chop up the garlic here. I mean, who doesn't like garlic? Oh my goodness. So if you don't want to add 4 cloves of garlic because you think that's too much, I mean, feel free to add less. My eyes are still tearing up from that onion I chopped up earlier before I started this video. I probably look like I'm very sad, but I'm not. Now I'm going to add these at the very last so that I don't burn the garlic. Okay, I think I've got those chopped up pretty good, the garlic. So we're gonna head on over to the stove and get the show on the road. Okay, I think you can hear that sizzling. I put in a little bit of olive oil and just a little bit of butter because, I don't know, food always tastes better with butter. I know I said I was gonna wait to cook the green pepper after I sauteed the carrots and the onions, but I mistakenly put it all in the same bowl, so we're gonna cook it all together. So I'm just gonna dump everything, the onions, the carrots, 1 carrot, and the green pepper in here. Oh, look at this. I better go chop those up. Oh, this one too. I couldn't see it. Okay, did I see anything more? I'm just gonna let these saute for a little bit before I add the salt and pepper. Adding salt and pepper will really bring out the water in it, and you can evaporate that. So either way, it's good. But I'm gonna wait a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and these little scragglies, onions, I'm gonna go ahead and chop those up. And it might be because I really tried to dice up the onions and the carrot fine. I think it'll be okay for the green pepper. So yeah, we're gonna saute this for a little bit. Let me add in a little bit of salt here, just a little bit. And a little bit of, one of these days I'm gonna get a GoPro over here. Just a little bit of pepper. And then we'll continue to saute this just till they turn soft, because after this we're gonna add in the ground beef, cook the vegetables with the ground beef, and I'm sure I'm gonna have to strain a little bit of the ground beef because the ground beef has a little more fat than I would prefer. I usually go for a 90-10. This happens to be 80-20. I usually go 90-10. Because you want some flavor in there. The more fat, the more flavor you get. So hopefully I'll be okay. Anyway, here we go. Okay, I think my veggies are cooked to a point where I like it before I add in the ground beef. Do you see that? I think they're good. They're soft, but not too soft. And I think that will really help. So we're just gonna add in the ground beef here. We're just gonna break that up a little bit. Like I said, this has a little more fat content. I will salt this just a little bit again, just to flavor the meat. And then I think I should have added the garlic with the vegetables, so I forgot to do that. I would probably have preferred to add the garlic with the vegetables. So I'm gonna wait till this meat cooks down a little bit and then add the seasonings and the tomato paste after the ground beef has cooked. Oh yeah, the veggies, sauteing the veggies, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, 8 minutes, depending. But they were cut fine, so maybe even less than that. Maybe about 3 minutes. But the meat will take a little bit more time. I just want to break it up before I add the salt. I'll have you guys take a look over here. I don't really have any light over here because my fan and microwave is gone because Chris and I are doing a small little project in this kitchen. I cannot wait till it's done. So we're just gonna add a little bit of salt because we have to make sure we're getting all the right stuff. And we have to find some really nice tile to go just above that tile there. And I'm also gonna get a new stovetop. We'll see about a new double oven because that is a little more expensive than I thought. But I want to replace my double oven because I love having a double oven. So anyway, we're going to let this cook probably for about 10 minutes until the meat is brown. I might have to turn this up just a little bit. There we go. So the meat has finished cooking. I drained the fat, or scooped out the fat, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna add in just a little bit more salt, not too much, because I've got beef broth going in here, even though it is low sodium. I've got tomato sauce, or crushed tomatoes, tomato paste. So that is gonna have some salt too. So be careful on your salt. We're gonna go ahead and add in some of these herbs over here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the garlic. I want to get the garlic sauteing in here a little bit. Hopefully I mince these up enough. Get that flavor in there. We're going to go ahead and add in, let's see how much paprika I got in here. Oh yeah, see, I knew it. It's less than a tablespoon. I took a double take on reading the paprika because I was like, oh no, I hope it's not chili powder. Yeah, no, this is paprika. Sometimes it gets okay. Now the one thing I have not been able to find, I'm gonna have to check out a couple more stores. This is just regular paprika. I have never been able to find the sweet paprika. And tell you the truth, I'm not sure if paprika is sweet paprika because you've got hot paprika, you got smoked paprika, which is really good. And you know what? I think I'm gonna add in about a half of a tablespoon because I think that'll just create a little bit more richness. Now the caraway seeds, I don't want to get too carried away with it. So I'm just going to add in maybe, it's got this, I can see how it relates or it's similar to fennel maybe, because it has this a little bit of sweetness, or I want to say licorice. So let's just say this is about a half a teaspoon of caraway. And I'm going to do probably about a teaspoon or two of thyme. Okay, how about a generous half a teaspoon of caraway? Let's mix that all in here. Now, I might have added red pepper flakes into this, but I'm not going to do that because I've got grandkids coming over here and I definitely do not want to make this too hot. So I'm going to have you guys come over here. This is what it looks like after you add the paprika. See that nice, deep, rich kind of red color? So we're going to go in and add in the crushed tomatoes. The crushed tomatoes, the fire roasted tomatoes. I figured that'll be enough heat. The tomato paste. Oh yeah, I should add the tomato paste in here. Okay, let's go do that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, yep, I'm gonna add in one. Now, if you want the less tomato-ish, or if you think this is going to be too much tomato or acidity, because I'm using beef broth, go ahead and maybe add in a teaspoon or two of brown sugar to balance that rich acidity tomato, because you've got the crushed tomatoes. Now the tomato paste. So yeah, I just want to mix this in here a little bit, get the tomato paste cooked a little bit. I think that just adds a depth of flavor. It's so funny, I never used to do that. Now I'm like, why not? So I try to remember to do it all the time now. Oh yeah, this is, oh. Well, if my grandkids don't like it, I will. And I think Chris will like this when he gets back home later today or tomorrow. I think he's gonna like this as well. Like I said, it's a variation from spaghetti. Okay, I am going to go ahead and add in the tomatoes. Okay, like I said, one small can, 14.5 ounces. Then I've got a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. And you know what I'm gonna do? See all of that stuff still left in the can? Because I'm going, my measuring cup escaped me. So because I'm gonna add in beef broth, I'm gonna add in at least 2 cups. I might add in this whole thing. I'm gonna add it in this can. So 2 cups of beef broth. I'm gonna swoosh it around and get the rest. Oh, see, now look at it. Come on, people. Just a little bit of the tomato. I like getting every little bit. Now the tomato paste will be a little bit harder, but I'm gonna try anyway. I'm gonna add the rest of that. Now once you put the pasta in here, if you find out that your goulash, you know what goulash reminds me of? As a kid, when we used to always call, you know, our rubber boots, because it was raining or snowing out in Michigan, galoshes. That's what my dad used to always say. So for some reason, when I said goulash, it kind of reminded me of that. So yeah, so I think I got a lot more of the tomato paste out of there, so I don't know. That is just my thing, people. I like to get everything, because I'm afraid I left something behind. We're gonna stir this around. Now the thing you've got to be careful, because the thing I'm worrying about right now is I did not put this in a big enough pan. The noodles will expand. So I added 2 cups of beef broth. I'm just going to add in this whole thing. Because usually 1 carton, how much is this? 32 ounces is usually 4 cups. So I've just decided just to go ahead and use it all. Because I'm sure the noodles will soak it up. Oh yeah, you know, for another little bit of flavor, we're going to add Worcestershire sauce. Boy, say that a couple times. Just a quick little splash. Okay, let's stir this up. Like I said, I hope I got a big enough pan. 2 cups of pasta, a little bit more, so we're gonna go 2.5. Ooh. Look at that pasta. It's going to soak up all of these juices. I am so excited for this. It brings back childhood memories. Here, can you guys see that? Let me turn this up a little bit because I'm going to get this going, and then I'll turn it back down and put a lid on this and continue to cook. But yeah, this brings back such childhood memories. I just want to really make sure the pasta is in there. Now, if you don't think, I probably would not go above 3 cups. Because like I said, you got to remember. Or I should say, I'm trying to help myself to remember. Pasta expands. I've made soups and I've added pasta to them. I'm like, Amy, what are you doing? Pasta gets bigger. Oh man, this is going to be so good. You know, I just want to taste just a little bit. I know it hasn't really cooked a lot, but oh yeah. I might add in a little bit more seasonings. It's going good. Like I said, if you think this is getting too thick as the pasta cooks, just add in a little more beef broth and, you know, to create that liquid. And again, the pasta will continue to soak all that up. I made enough goulash that Chris and I will definitely have leftovers, but I may put a little bit in a dish so the kids can take it home tomorrow and maybe have it for lunch. Anyway, I'm getting ready for my grandkids to come over, and I'm really hoping that they like the goulash dish. It's similar to spaghetti. It's got pasta in it. I mean, how fun can that be? Anyway, we're gonna have this continue to cook. I'm gonna try and bring it to a low boil and then reduce it down to simmer. So, I don't know, this should be probably done in about 30 minutes. But keep checking on it, see how your goulash is doing. See if you need to incorporate a little more liquid to continue to cook your pasta. And if for some reason you think you want more pasta in it, I would probably just go ahead and cook more pasta al dente and then add it in here, and that will continue to absorb those flavors. So here we go.